The 2025 rookie class for the quarterbacks coming in looked a little bit weak. However, now that the season is completely over, I can confidently say that there are a couple of guys that were drafted in this year's class that I think could be starters going into next season. But what I wanted to do in this video was focus on grading every quarterback that played a good amount of snaps individually. So, that is what we're going to do in this video. Before we dive in, comment down below right now, who do you think was the best quarterback in this draft class this season? But who do you think will be the best quarterback when it's all said and done from this draft class? And with that being said, let's start off with number 1, Cam Ward. Now, for Cam Ward, I thought he had a pretty solid season when you factor in everything that has happened. When you look at personnel, wide receivers going down, bunch of rookies playing, offensive line not being great this year. When you factor in everything as a whole, I'm going to cut him some slack, and I'm going to give him a B-. You come out with 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, throwing for over 3,100 yards, completing about 60% of your passes. Again, not great, but I think he's got a lot of work to do to improve. When they start to build a team around him as an individual, I think that grade is going to start to go up each and every single year. So to be fair, I'm going to give him a B-. I don't think he played terrible. I don't think he played great. I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but I liked Cam Ward's rookie season. Now, before we go on to the next one, I do want to show you one of my favorite plays from him. We're going to get an inside release dig. We're going to get this little whip route to the sideline, and then we're going to get this route that breaks to the inside the field, manipulating the safety to the outside. And watch this throw here by Cam Ward. Perfect throw, on the money, low play action, bootleg out to the right, stop on a dime, get these linebackers to bite down, opening the deep middle of the field. And because we're rolling out to the right, guys, what that does is sell to the safety that this route is probably going to the sideline. So he rotates over, and again, we break it, we stop our rollout, we set our feet, and we absolutely throw a laser to the left corner of the field. Boom, walk-in touchdown. Great job by Cam Ward. Yeah, I'm going to give him a B-, maybe even a B+. As for Jackson Dart, the second quarterback taken in this year's NFL draft by the New York Giants, who actually traded up to go get him, I'm going to give him a C+, okay? The reason I'm going to give him a C+ is I thought in his first year, he did well, okay? 15 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, threw for, I believe, 2,200 yards, but also had 9 touchdowns on the ground game as well with his legs. I think that's perfect. I think that's great. I do think there was times where he struggled to look off his first and second read. I thought he was quick to get outside the pocket, which again, it's not the worst thing in the world, but as a quarterback, that needs to be better. You can't just go through your first and second read and be like, yeah, I'm just going to run, because sometimes that doesn't do great. But I will say this was a really good ball by him. We're going to get this little inside release post over the middle of the field as the zones start to take place. Running back's going to get outside the back or out of the backfield. You also have to factor in, guys, that no Malik Neighbors, no Cam Skattebo. I thought those were big factors as well. So easily, if you had them, this could have been such a better grade. So again, this guy's going to drop in. The deep middle of the field right here is completely open. If we get that inside release, the ball needs to be out early, on time, on target. So all we're doing is reading this mid linebacker. He kind of scans to the middle of the field. Ball is out on time, a little bit behind, but really good placement there by Jackson Dart for the most part for a touchdown. I'm going to say C+, but I'm very close to just saying B- for Jackson Dart. I think he's right there. Is he the future of the Giants? As of right now, I would say yes. But again, a lot of work needs to be done for Jackson Dart. Guys, really quickly, before we get any further into the video, do me a big favor, hit the like button. Let's see if we can get this like button over 800. 800 likes. If you want more of these videos, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, O-line, D, everything, right? Hit the like button, but also, most importantly, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. It is free, doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the NFL all year, all offseason. Playoffs, drafts, free agency, mini camp, OTAs, training camp, everything. We got you covered. Join the family, turn on post notifications. That way you're notified when we do post more of these videos. Let's keep going. You know what? I'm going to go with Shador Sanders next. And this one's interesting to me because although the stats don't say he had a good year, I mean, he had, what, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, a couple of fumbles as well, right? Doesn't look like the best year. But I'm actually going to give Shador Sanders a C+, okay? Now, again, I'm factoring in everything. And I'm talking O-line is horrendous. This might be the worst offensive line I have ever seen in football. The wide receiving core is mid at best when Harold Fenton is out and David Njoku is out. They have Jerry Jeudy, who, could be a good player, didn't play too well this year. You've got Isaiah Bond, you've got Malachi Corley, you've got Cedric Tillman. No one in this room is really the alpha, okay? Running back room, you lose Junkins, right? I mean, I don't love the team they put around Shador Sanders. And this is going to be the same thing for Dillon Gabriel. They have not sustained a good offense for the quarterback to succeed in. So I don't expect anyone to succeed in this offense. Now, look at this play here. We're going to get a clear route to the top side, right? This route is trying to take away the outside corner and the deep safety if this guy drops back. From there, we're going to be running this out and up by Harold Fenton, and our running back is going to get into the flats. That way, if they're in a zone coverage, we could take away the deep side DB, and then from there, you probably have a flat defender that is the only one you're worried about, right? It's probably a linebacker, right? So as we drop back in the pocket, you're going to get instantaneous pressure off that right side or off the left side because that's what this offensive line was. Now, as Harold Fenton bends off the corner, again, we were trying to take away boom and boom. This guy's going to wait. He's going to make sure this DB knows he's running to the sideline, and he breaks out. Get Junkins to the sideline, the flats, and then boom. Look at Shedeur step up. Ball's on target. A little bit underthrown, but it's fine. Didn't want to lead him into the DB, and then Fenton gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Now, the reason I'm giving Shador Sanders a C+, guys, is because I think he's got starting potential going into next season. You have Dillon Gabriel. You have Deshaun Watson. I think Shador Sanders might be the most accurate of the bunch. Let me know what you guys think. I could be totally wrong about this, but C+ I think is fair for Shedeur. And that's honestly a pretty damn good grade. NFL postseason is basically right around the corner, and this is your guys' chance to over 1,000x your money using the Sleeper app. And man, it is exciting. I use it almost every single week. Before we get into it, I do want to say, if you sign up right now using my code DUBS, right, you see it right here, right here, you'll get a 100% match deposit up to $100. So if you put in 100, they're going to give you 100. If you put in 50, they'll give you 50. It is an absolute steal. And what I wanted to do for this is give you my picks for this weekend. Okay, so we're going to start off with Emeka Egbuka. Higher than 25 yards. Guys, 25 yards. That could be one catch for Egbuka. I feel like that's safe. I'm going to do it. I'm locking it in. We got A.J. Brown higher than 59.5 receiving yards. Versus Buffalo, you can expect this to be a big game, a high-scoring game. I think this hits. And then Stephon Diggs with no Matt Collins, no Kayshon Boutte, over or higher than 60 yards. I like this a lot. Let me know what you guys think. And again, use promo code DUBS. Use promo code DUBS and you'll get a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. It's currently operational in over 25 states, so make sure you guys check out Sleeper today and let me know what you guys are doing. Next up is Tyler Shough. This is my favorite quarterback in this draft class in terms of the production he put on the tape this season. I'm going to give Tyler Shough a A-. I think he deserves an A-. I think he could even deserve an A+ with the way he ended the year. Obviously, they lose their last game, but I do think that he is the best quarterback production-wise from this season. Take a look at this play. We're going to get pre-snap motion. First thing we understand is it is zone coverage all day long because no one crossed the formation. Now, route concept-wise, we're going to get this in route over the middle, and we're going to get this kind of wheel down the right sideline. Now, because they're in a zone, obviously, you'd probably want to switch this thing. This DB would drop back there. This guy would pick up the inside route, and that's how it should be. However, there's miscommunications. There's things that happen. Right here, you're going to see off the snap, Kamon Hall is going to point switch. He says, hey, you guard my guy as he breaks to the outside. I'll take your guy. Let's switch this thing perfectly. There's a miscommunication. Kyrie Elam does not switch. And boom, look at the ball placement dropped in a bucket by Tyler Shough. Now, this season, Tyler Shough played in 11 games, right? Had 2,300, almost 2,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I think he was a very efficient passer, although I think they need to go get more weapons around him. Again, Alvin Kamara was pretty much done for the end of the year. You had Olave. He did miss some time here and there. Outside of that, you've got a bunch of just random guys. Vele was someone he connected with, but he was out for some time, right? So you got Mason Tipton, you got Austin, you got, I don't even know who else. Dante Pettis, maybe? I don't even know. I don't even know if he's still there. But ultimately, guys, Tyler Shuck, A-. This might end up being the biggest steal of the NFL draft. Love him as a player. Next up, we have Dillon Gabriel. This is an interesting one because, once again, just like the Shedeur situation, I don't think he was relatively terrible. And I thought he was a little bit more efficient, a little bit less risky, I guess you could say, more conservative as a passer. Also, the playbook just was not open. Once again, I feel like Kevin Stefanski did not want these guys throwing the ball down the field too often. Right here, they come out in this 22 personnel set, like 2 backs, 2 tight ends. We're really just trying to sell that we are running the football, okay? Extra offensive lineman jumbo package. But Dillon Gabriel on this play, little play fake, gets 1, 2, almost 3 guys to overcommit on the run fake. As we drop back, we kind of just toss this thing up there for Harold Fannin, who ends up being wide open. I mean, you can't really mess this thing up. Great job. Easy touchdown. Now, Dillon Gabriel ended the year playing in 10 games, completing 59% of his passes for about 900 yards. Now, if you have 900 yards in 10 games, that's not great. Again, what was Shedeur? Shedeur was 8 games, 1,400 yards. So, again, that's pretty telling, at least in my eyes. But did have 7 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions. Again, didn't like to take shots down the field, I guess you could say. Which is kind of what you need if you want an explosive offense. You can't have someone that's nervous to throw the ball. Which is why I'm going to give Shedeur, obviously, the C+, but I'm going to give Dillon Gabriel a C-. Again, offensive line and wide receivers are not great. So I would like to see them in a better situation with more weapons, maybe. Better offensive line, maybe. And then you'll get a better grade, obviously. But with what they were given, I think that's fair. Now, we saw 3 games of Quinn Ewers. 3 games, that's it. So this, I'm going to give this a... I'm going to give him a B-. I actually really liked what I saw from Quinn Ewers, but I wanted to see more consistently what he could do. I thought he did a good job reading defenses. Again, only in 3 games. Very small sample size, so take it with a grain of salt. But I thought he read defenses pretty damn well. I thought he made some really accurate passes. And I thought he threw the ball with anticipation. And I thought he manipulated defenders at times. Now, here was the big 63-yard touchdown where ultimately we are going to get a little bit of pre-snap motion here. Again, you don't have Jalen Waddle. You have no Darren Waller, Tyreek Hill, Darren Waller, Jalen Waddle. Right? You're missing a bunch of weapons. I don't expect you to go out here and light up the world with Theo Weiss and some of these other guys on the road, Malik Washington, right? But as we drop back here, we're going to see this blitzing nickel corner, okay? Which means this side of the field is one that we want to target. We just have basically a 3-on-2. This guy's trying to really leak out quickly. So route concept-wise, we're going to have this route and this route, okay? Because the safety's playing towards the middle of the field, we are going to read our tight end here. We're going to force this guy to either pick up the go ball or pick up the out route. And whatever he doesn't do, we throw the ball to. Okay? So, boom. He reads the tight end. He bites up on it, but nope. Throws it down the field, layers it over the safety, and then you get a massive touchdown. 63-yarder. Now, again, we can go in individually, break down all of these quarterbacks in one video. Like, for example, make a 20-minute Quinn Ewers video or a 20-minute Shedeur video. We could do that if you guys want it. But ultimately, I think that's a fair grade for Quinn Ewers. You also have Riley Leonard, who played in a couple of games. He was good. I'm also going to give him... Let's go look at some of his film. Now, Alec Pierce only played in 5 games, but only played 67 snaps. So that's very comparable to Quinn Ewers. Threw for about 400 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I'm going to give him a C-. I thought he had some good moments, including this one right here. To Alec Pierce, who's going to be running this kind of just like fade route to the left side of the field. I think route concept wise, this is really damn good. We're going to get basically our guy Michael Pittman to the outside, get this guy to bite down. From there, we're running this clear out to the middle of the field. And then we're running this fade to the back left corner. So again, we're making this guy make a decision. He ends up kind of biting down to the stop route, and you get a slight little pump fake here. Look at the pump fake here by Riley Leonard. Boom, pump fake. He bites down because he thinks the ball might be coming out to Michael Pittman, and that little hesitation allows the go ball to be there. I mean, he manipulates two guys, 1 and 2. Even the deep safety bites on the little pump fake here by Alec Pierce, and then wide open, or by Alec Pierce, by Riley Leonard, and then wide open is Alec Pierce. Great adjustment to the football. Good touchdown. Ultimately, I do like this class a lot. If you ask me, I think there are a couple of potential starters in the NFL for a while. I'm going to say Cam Ward, I think obviously is a starter. I think Tyler Shuck is probably the best and most efficient quarterback from this class so far. I think he's a starter going into next year. I think there's a possibility that Quinn Ewers, or let me not go there. Let me go Jackson Dart. I think he is at the very least going to be in a competition to be the starter, but I do think he'll be the starter with them retaining their GM. Who else was there? There was, let's go to Shador. Shador Sanders, I think, is not the clear-cut starter going into next year, but I do think he will get first-team reps. That would be huge, right? First-team reps with the offense going into next season. They've also retained their GM. So I do think him and Dylan Gabriel will get a shot at being the starter. I do think, like I just said, Dylan Gabriel will get a shot to be the starter next season. He'll get some first-team reps. Quinn Ewers, I think, will have a shot. Again, just a competition. Not saying he will be the starter. If they go out and add Lamar Jackson, he won't be the starter. But if they draft the quarterback in the 3rd round, I think Quinn Ewers and that guy, whoever they sign, will have a competition, which is good. Riley Leonard, I do not think will be the starter next year. I don't think he'll be in a competition. I think that will be Daniel Jones unless he misses more time. You also have Jalen Milroe, who did not play. I'm not going to grade him. You have Will Howard, who played in 1 game but doesn't have stats. You have Graham Mertz, no action, as well as some other guys. But I thought this was a strong class for the most part. I think you have 3 starters going into next year, potentially 4, maybe 5 starters from this quarterback class. Maybe 6 with Will Howard if Aaron Rodgers hangs up his cleats. I mean, we'll wait and see. But you guys let me know what you think. Where did I go wrong? And I'll see you guys in the next one. We'll probably do running backs next.